It's going to be a lot of fun. Maryland Stadium on a Saturday night. College Park, Maryland. These two schools, SMU and Maryland, playing for the first time in over 50 years. And they've got one significant thing in common, Devin Gardner. They both can really score that football.
Yeah, people are probably thinking, oh, what are they talking about? There's not that explosive of offense. Ha! We got you right here. These teams are explosive. Those yards per play are exactly what you want to see from a coordinator's perspective on both sides. And then 8th in the country and 20-plus yards per 20-plus yard plays. Those are explosive plays, and they have 16 of them.
Well, Rhett Lashley has been burst onto the scene. He has been a guy who has been highly sought after as a coordinator, much different spots. But now his first year as a head coach, he's a perfect 2-0. It's going to be Lashley against Loxley in terms of our head coaches. You got Rhett Lashley, you got Mike Loxley, now in his 4th season with Maryland. And that record is not indicative of the type of job that he has done over the last season and a half. He has just infused the Maryland program with so much talent, national level talent, and they're going to win sooner rather than later. 74 degrees for our kickoff, just a little bit of wind. SMU won the toss, and they said, we want the football. That's what we do best, offense. Give it to us. And a touchback ball to be spotted at the 25-yard line. Let's take a look at the starters on offense for SMU. These are the big guys up front. And then we'll have Tanner Mordecai as the quarterback.
Mordecai's going to lead the charge. We talked about him in the open. Explosive, big arm, can drive the ball down the field. Has been around a bit and has played a lot of football.
We showed you Trey Siggers in that starting rotation. He's not in the game right now. He's expected to play. Didn't play a week ago against Lamar. They're going to start with TJ McDaniel in the backfield behind the quarterback Mordecai. And on first down, SMU, they want to throw. It's a chunk play, and the pass is high, looking to their stud, Rashee Rice. Defensively, the Maryland Terrapins. This is how they land up. They're going to play without one of their more important players. But they're getting one back. Tarheeb Still is going to play. He's going to be in the secondary at some point today. Tarheeb Still is the guy, number 4, who is being asked to make big plays throughout the course of the season, but hadn't played much this year. Another shot down the field, and this one incomplete to Jordan Curley. Deontay Banks in coverage.
You're going to see this all game. You're going to see Tanner Mordecai taking shots against this Maryland defense and seeing if they can stand tall to the talented wide receivers on the Mustang side.
Coaching staff for SMU is telling us how important it is to get that first down every drive. 2 incomplete passes, 3rd down and 10. And a flag is down. And the catch is made by Rice. And Rice across midfield, across the 45 to the 44. It looked like Maryland was offside.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a free play. Nice job by Mordecai and his receiving corps, knowing exactly what to do and having a plan.
33. Offside. Defense number 33. Penalty is declined. First down.
That is Mark Plazinski, who is our referee today, and he gives bad news to the home crowd. The penalty was on Mosiah Nasili-Kite. It's declined, and a big gain of 33. Oh, a little flea flicker. Mordecai. That didn't fool anyone. Ball was moving around in that backfield, and the Maryland Terrapins didn't fall for it.
It's a nice job on Maryland, right? Because they're reeling. You got the offsides penalty and then a big play down the field for SMU. And Maryland has to come back to earth and make sure they plaster on these trickery-type plays. Nice job by Maryland's defense.
Mordecai's completed just 1 out of 4 passes, but it was a big one, 33 yards. McDaniel, first run of the game. Not much there. Ruben Hippolyte, Jayshon Barham on the tackle, just a gain of 3. McDaniel, what a great story. Just a significant leg injury. Able to come back. Scored a couple of touchdowns so far in the season. Sophomore who loves the game of football. Third and 7. Five-man rush and dropping it up on top to Curley. And Curley has a first down. Curley is hard to get down on the ground. Finally pushed out of bounds by Deontay Banks. But another first down for the Mustangs.
It's a nice job. You got the defense lifting, and Curley comes on a shallow cross and catches the ball. Nice job by Tanner Mordecai, seeing downfield and then dropping his eyes. Seeing downfield, dropping his eyes, and getting to the shallow.
Second touch for McDaniel. And again, he is just swamped. Bo Bray comes from his safety spot to make the tackle. SMU wins over North Texas and Lamar. Lamar last week an FCS team.
This SMU offense wants to go fast, and we can see it here. They're keeping Maryland off balance, but you can see referees holding them up. They subbed in. Maryland can sub in now. Try to get some fresh legs, some fresh bodies in there. Try to slow down this SMU defense as they enter the red zone.
Curley, Dixon, and Bailey, the three receivers in the game for the Mustangs. They keep it on the ground, and McDaniel gets to the 10. Hippolyte, another tackle. Gain of 5. It'll bring up third down.
Another third down. Maryland is an aggressive defense, and they love to be up in the face of the offensive wide receivers. Now, if I'm Maryland here, I'm going to be in man coverage, and therefore SMU is going to have to get to those crossing patterns to try to knock some guys off and create space.
Ninth play of this game opening drive. Moochie Dixon moves from one spot on the line to the other. Third down and 3. Play clock winding down. Inside run. And McDaniel's not going to get there. That's Tyler Levine. Tyler Levine, just his 4th carry of the year. They call him Bam Bam. Wanted to give him a chance. Short yardage carry. And we've got a man down.
Another big part of that play was the freshman, Jashawn Barham, who takes on the pulling guard and completely stones him to allow for his buddies to come around and make the play.
Ruben Hippolyte has already made a couple tackles here in this first drive. He's the man down. But what this does, Devin, is it gives SMU an opportunity to talk things over. It's 4th down and 1.
Yeah.
Are you thinking field goal or go for it?
I would go for it here. You're moving the ball quickly. You're moving the ball well. Maryland's defense are on the heels. Not to mention, one of their top players is going to at least be out for one play. I would get that ball and drive it right up the middle of that defense against a backup linebacker.
Well, Hippolyte is up. Now, one thing that Maryland's defense has not done this year is turn the ball over. Not thinking about a turnover here, just trying to turn the ball over on downs. 4th down and 1. SMU, they stay on the field. Trey Siggers is in the backfield.
Mordecai, not a great runner, but a capable runner. The guy who will be tasked with stopping him in the read option game.
Mordecai caught right at the line to gain. It'll be a first down if he stayed in bounds. He did not. Jake Bailey could not stay in bounds with that football, and it's going to be Maryland football. Wow, what an opening drive for SMU, and it ends in nothing. This is tonight's Game Flow, sponsored by Progressive. Oh, what might have been for the SMU Mustangs.
Bailey has to jump, carries him out of bounds.
Defense by Maryland to get the ball back, Devin.
How about the awareness by the true freshman Gavin Gibson, knowing that you can carry this guy out of bounds, right? That ball's caught almost 3 yards in bounds. He carries him all the way out of bounds. There's no force out rule in football anymore, so very nice job of Gavin Gibson making sure he gets SMU off the field.
True freshman played his high school ball in Charlotte, North Carolina. Huff High School. Maryland has the ball for the first time. That was a 10-play, 67-yard drive for SMU, and they get nothing out of it. Tagovailoa hands it off. Hemby hits the corner and keeps on going. offensive play of the game, and they get a massive chunk of yards.
Hemby's got speed for days. We talked to the coach and said, how fast is he? He said, oh no, he's fast.
49 yards worth of fast. Tagovailoa has Roman Hemby next to him in the backfield. Maryland wins over Buffalo and last week at Charlotte. Keeps it, spits it out. Catch is made by the tight end C.J. Dupree. And he's got the ball down to the 26-yard line, a gain of 16.
Love the design of that play, having the receivers downfield, prepared to block. Didn't start blocking early, prepared to block. After the ball is caught, they start to block, and that's why you get a little bit more and create another first down.
Inside run, Hemby. This time, they don't get a big chunk of play yards. Here are the skill position guys from Maryland. Arguably the best group of wide receivers in the country, but they also got good backs as well. And they're led by a quarterback who has been ridiculously accurate so far this year.
He's been really good. I mean, it's tough. 78.5% of your pass. That's 80%. You're completing 80% of your passes in college football. That's good.
They fake to Hemby. Pocket collapsing. Out in space. This is Demas. And Demas inside the 20. He's going to be short of the line to gain. Let's take a look at the SMU Mustang defense. They're without DeVere Levelston. He's not going to play the first half. He had a targeting in most recent games, so he won't play until the second half. Gary Williams, Jimmy Phillips in that linebacking core. And Brian Massey's back. Brian Massey is a ballyhooed safety, real game breaker type, getting an opportunity to play because he's finally healthy. He'll make a splash here or there. 3rd down and 3. And we had movement. Those fantastic crowd mics. We heard the players saying, he moved, he moved.
False start. Offense number 78. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
No one talks about the linemen until they make a mistake, so we apologize. But Mason Lunsford called for the infraction. Very good offensive line. Tons of experience for the Terrapins. Jalen Duncan has a chance to be one of the first tackles taken when he's drafted next spring. 3rd down and 8. Hemby joins in the backfield. Tagovailoa. And that pass is caught but short of the line to gain by the tight end Corey Dyches. Dyches upset with the fact that he didn't go deep enough. It's 4th down.
Though they didn't convert on that drive, that's very encouraging from Talia. Looking to his right, getting through his reads. 1, 2 to the 3rd read just as he's about to get hit. That's a very nice job of getting and scanning the field. Just a bit short.
Chad Ryland, 19 consecutive field goals made. No one's done it better than him. This one's a 36-yarder. Center cut. Zero drama with that kick. It's a 36-yard three-pointer from Mike Loxley's Maryland Terrapins. Their big chunk play coming from Roman Hemby. 49 yards down that left sideline. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for the stay. 3-0 lead, Maryland on top of SMU. Both teams have had the football exactly one time. Champion Mindset sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for the stay. Devin, what do you have?
For SMU, you got to get the first down. Coach Lashley said that's how they're going to move this ball and keep time of possession. They have to get the first down. And for Maryland, get on to the next play. When we talked to Coach Lashley, he said Leah, as he calls, and sometimes Talia Tagovailoa gets a little down on himself and is too hard on himself when they're bad throws. He has to be done with it. And then they have to limit the explosive plays on both sides. Both of these teams are tops in the country with explosive plays of 20 yards or more.
SMU 10 plays. They're averaging 6.8 yards per play. Maryland 5 plays, they're averaging 15.6 yards per play. Now, who knew this? In the state of Texas, since the start of the 2019 season, you've got the Houston Cougars, 20-16. That's okay. Longhorns, underwhelming. You got the Roadrunners, UTSA. You get Baylor, slightly better. And there's Texas A&M out of the SEC. And who knew? The Ponies, the Mustangs, the best record in the Lone Star State since 2019.
That's super impressive. That's super. For all the turmoil this program has been through, to be able to have that type of record in a state that's all about football forever, I mean, that's very impressive.
Tanner Mordecai, second possession for the Mustangs. And Rashee Rice wants a do-over. Rice is off to a great start to his senior season, and he just flat-out dropped that. SMU, they've produced some good receivers of recent vintage. Rice is the next in a long line. Second down and 10. Mordecai is just 2 for 7 throwing the football. Make it 3 for 8. This time Rice hangs on, and he's across the 30. It'll bring up third down and short. Ahmad McCullough makes the tackle.
Love that Mordecai went right back to Rice. One of the guys he's going to depend on. Go right back to him on a simple stick route. He's going to get vertical, turn out. The ball right on his outside shoulder, and he can catch the ball and knock the defense.
Third and 3. Belton Gardner is into the game. Transfer from Kansas. He's in the backfield next to Mordecai.
Middle open defense.
Here's Gardner out of the backfield. Needs to get to the 35. And he just barely does. Some veteran strength right there. The junior Gardner has the first down. The chains will move. There's that first down for SMU on this drive.
And a very good job of post-snap reading by Tanner Mordecai, because they had split safety defense with corners rolled up in the flats, but at the snap of the ball, they back up, and he goes into the flat quickly.
Mordecai into traffic, and his man wins. Rashee Rice comes down with the football. That was thrown into double coverage, but when you got a stud, you get him the ball any way you can.
And that's exactly why he needs to go back to him, because he is going to make plays. Very nice job of him reaching up and going for the back shoulder. If you get that ball nice and high on the deep ball, your guy has a much better chance of catching the ball.
Gardner.
You rang.
No relation.
No relation.
That play to Rice picked up 34 yards. So Mordecai is not completing a high percentage of passes, but what he does complete has been a big chunk type of deal. Gardner leaves. Siggers comes back into the game. Mordecai has already thrown 3 completions for 20 yards or more. He'll take that. Second and 8. Siggers moving the pile forward. Oh, just refusing to go down. Senior from Duncanville, Texas.
That's good. You got 2 safeties removed from the box. You want to run the ball. That's a look that you want to run the ball in, because you have the numbers. I would imagine they would have wanted to get more, but that's what it dictates. That's what the defense dictates you do. You run the ball when they have those 2 high safeties removed out of the box. They got to find a way to get a little bit better push. Third down and 2, extremely manageable.
Siggers has the first down. He's upset with himself. He thought he could have had more. SMU last year, just like Maryland, had a strong season. 8-4, coached by Sonny Dykes, who has now moved on. Open look, incomplete, and almost intercepted. Bo Braid had it for a moment.
This is exactly what you want. They go with the power pass and sneak the tight end right down the seam, and he is open for a touchdown and kind of short arms it. The ball could have been a bit lower, but that has to be a play that's made.
True freshman R.J. Maryland, Russell Maryland Jr. can't make the play. You'll learn. Dixon. Stoned Bo Braid came from his safety spot to lay a lick onto Dixon, and Braid took the lion's share of that hit. He's still down. Bo Braid plays with no fear.
Yeah, great
and it cost him. And we got a man down. Bo Braid. He's in some pain right now. Back in a moment. Here's a really cool story. Back in 1957, Queen Elizabeth II of England, just passed away a week and a half ago, was in the United States, and the only football game she ever attended was a Maryland game in College Park in this specific stadium. Actually built her a special box. It was 1957. It was Maryland against North Carolina. Maryland ended up winning the game 21-7. She was in town to have dinner with Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was the president. Just fantastic. They gave her a football to take back home.
They gave her a bunch of gifts, too, as you can see. It's pretty cool.
Only football game, American football, that she ever attended. College Park, Maryland. Who knew? Look at the size of this. Brendan Hall, 6'9" kicker, kicks it off. And it's returnable. Ty Felton. And Felton to the 30, ball's loose. I think that's a fumble. He was losing the ball on the way down.
I agree.
I think this is going to be SMU ball.
I agree. It's always the one you don't see.
Here's Felton.
That looks like a fumble to me.
Yep, it's going to be SMU football. The officials agree it's a fumble, and the Mustangs have it point-blank range. It was Teddy Knox who jumped on the ball.
Jaquandis Burns calls the fumble. Two guys that get reps in live action, in offense and defense, and making plays in the special teams.
So SMU just scored a moment ago, and now they've got the football back. SMU has the ball, first down and 10, balls at the 30-yard line. This will be the 21st play they've run to just 6 for Maryland.
Maryland doesn't have enough. I go quarterback draw.
There's your quarterback draw. You knew they were going to call that, but it didn't work as well as you probably thought it was going to work.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't have the numbers. And first down, getting 6 yards, I think he did all right. Especially for a guy that's not a big-time runner. He gets 4. I mean, you'll take that every single day. And if they keep getting 4 yards and Maryland doesn't match, they can run that every play all the way down the field. So
what was Mordecai looking at to notice that there wasn't enough guys?
Linebacker displaced outside to the 4 receiver side.
Displacement. Kamar Wheaton is in the game. Wheaton, one of the biggest recruits of recent vintage for the SMU Mustangs, getting an opportunity. He picks up as many yards as his uniform number. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Maryland is in that middle open defense. If they can find a way to get this slot receiver into the middle, if the defense doesn't change at the snap.
Just a 3-man rush. Mordecai, incomplete. Nice defensive play. Bo Braid back into the game. Wow, we worried about him after leaving the field last possession. He's able to get back out there and immediately make his presence felt.
He's so important to this defense. He's the choir director. He's the communicator. He gets people in line. He does such a good job in being the enforcer. And you see him making a play there. Middle open defense. They go to the middle from the opposite side, and he's able to make the play and pick up a pass breakup.
44-yard attempt. Colin Rogers made one just a moment ago. Looks good to me. Center cut. So SMU, they take advantage of the fumble on the kickoff by Maryland, and they cash in for 3 more points. They lead 6-3.
That's heck of a play. Heck of a play by the reserve linebacker, Jaquandis Burns. Also a heads-up play by Trace Cromartie. 18 and white, a reserve free safety to jump on the ball quickly. Continue to chase the ball and good things happen.
SMU out of the American Athletic Conference, playing against Maryland for the first time since the 60s. There's a lot of real positivity around both these programs. SMU embracing Craig James and Lance McElhaney and Eric Dickerson a week ago. It's just celebrating their past, the Pony Express. Of course, Maryland, so much excitement right now with all of these young players and controlling the DMV and all that great talent in the DC and Maryland and Virginia area wanting to play for Coach Loxley and the Terrapins.
You said it. He got the DMV rolling through his DNA.
Love it. Well, start Saturday strong with America's #1 game window. Big noon Saturday on Fox. Next weekend, Jim Harbaugh's 4th-ranked Wolverines looking to unleash their offensive attack against this Maryland Terrapin team. The big noon kickoff pregame show will be live from the Big House at 10 Eastern. And then it's Maryland, Michigan next Saturday at noon Eastern on Fox. You ever seen a game at Michigan Stadium, Devin Gardner?
I've seen quite a few.
For those who have never been there, you can actually walk past it and not really know. It's so sunken.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like 110,000 from the street.
115 if you're playing under the lights against Notre Dame in 2013.
Here's Hemby. Hemby had a big 49-yard run earlier in this first quarter. Picks up 8 on first down.
You can just feel the explosion from Hemby. Every time he touches the ball, he's got great speed, great quickness as well.
They split him out wide here. 5 receivers in the game. Tagovailoa got close to the first down marker and then got clobbered. Isaac Slade, Mautautia. One Hawaiian tackling another Hawaiian. Both hail from the island of Oahu. 3rd down and 1, and there was movement. Flags are down, and everyone's pointing at the offensive line of Maryland. Wow. 3rd and inches. That's a kick in the pants to move back 5 yards.
5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
I won't mention his name because that's the 2nd penalty now.
Left guard, Mason Lunsford.
I wasn't going to throw him under the bus. Now you throw him under the bus.
Hey, we're going to circle him right here. Left guard, just a little flinch.
Hey, it could have been on 71 too, though. Duncan flinched the exact same time.
Hey, the referee called on 78.
3rd down and 6. Designed rollout. That's a heads-up play by a veteran quarterback. Tagovailoa knew that he had an option, maybe 2 options. Neither were open, so he just chucked it out of bounds.
Nice job by Gary Wiley, the bandit, setting the edge there and not giving Taulia Tagovailoa anywhere to go as he gets on the outside.
If you're Gary Wiley in your pairing position, shouldn't you be called the Coyote? No? 2:23 remaining in our first quarter. You got Jordan Curley back deep for SMU. Mustangs are smiling right now. Curley with a chance. Can't get to the edge. Look at that speed for Maryland. 49-yard punt, 2-yard return.
I think that was King Jarrett, the wide receiver, on the tackle. Rushy Rice starting early, making a catch there on a free play early in this first quarter, making a play right after a drop. I mean, he's going to be a guy that he's going to be leaned on to make plays, and to this point in the game, he's done a good job excluding the drop that he had.
Tanner Mordecai, 6 completions, 100 yards. Of those 6 completions, 3 of them have gone to Rice. Already 74 yards after putting up close to 300 in the first 2 games of the year. Final 2:12 of our first quarter. Trey Siggers. Siggers still on his feet. Gets close to the first down marker. Fun little runner, 5'9", 204 pounds with quick feet. 9 yards for Siggers.
And this offensive line and tight ends, they got guys pulling to the right, guys pulling to the left on the same play. It's got to screw up the linebackers as they try to see their keys.
And Siggers lost the ball. It was down on the ground for a while. Saving the day was Branson Hickman. That ball was just kind of spinning by his ankles.
And it was clearly out, like it was out. Nice heads-up play. Wow, that was almost disastrous.
Hickman's like, look what I found. Hickman is the center. Sophomore from McKinney. You can get some good barbecue in McKinney, I'm here to tell you. Passes incomplete. Looking for the tight end, Gage Haskin. Missed opportunity.
That's where the throw has to go. Haskin immediately outflanks the outside linebacker, outflanks the defense, and Tanner Mordecai does a great job of getting to him nice and catchable right in his breadbasket, just puts it on the turf. Linebackers displaced. I wouldn't be surprised to see a run play here.
Straight drop back. Out of the backfield, Gardner. That's one thing that a Mike Locksley team will always have is good team speed. See how quickly they rally to the ball.
Yeah, they're fast. They get to the ball, but the thing that's really hurting SMU is with 4 down linemen and 2 displaced safeties in the back end, they're still able to stop the run. Right, so now there's no place to throw the ball because there's just too many guys back. They have to find a way to manufacture a run game so that they have to get those safeties down in the box. And now you can take your shots. But you're on 3rd down and 7. You're going to have to try to get this ball down the field just to do it.
Line to gain is the 47. Mordecai. That'll be a first down. That good body of Rashee Rice. 6'2", 203, just lunges across the line.
This Maryland defense is super reactive. And when I say that, I mean the safeties are watching the eyes of the quarterback, and they expect their front four to get pressure, so they're starting to drive on passes as soon as they see Mordecai look. If he can get a good look off and then get back to the middle of the field, he's going to have guys wide open.
Gardner. Nominal gain for Belton Gardner. We've seen McDaniel, Gardner, Siggers, and Wheaton all carry the ball for SMU here in our first quarter. And will we have one more play in our first quarter? I don't think so. Nope. That'll do it. 15 minutes in the books. So far, so good for the visitors from Dallas, Texas. The SMU Mustangs taking on the Maryland Terrapins for the first time in a half a century, and they lead by 3 with the second quarter coming up. Welcome back, everyone. Start of our second quarter. SMU, a whole bunch of yards, but only 6 points. Lower scoring than we would have thought, Devin, as we've made it through 15 minutes.
Yeah, without question, but SMU is doing a very good job of doing what they want to do. They want to possess the ball, get those first down, and they're doing that, and they're dominating the time of possession.
30th play of the game for SMU. They want a bunch, and they have a bunch. Do they have 6? Yes, they do! Touchdown, R.J. Maryland. That's how you atone, young man. Oh, a guy named Maryland scores against Maryland. How often does that happen? 51 yards for SMU. The ultimate sharp stick in the eye for the Terrapin fans when you got a Maryland scoring on you.
Eric, I just said, if he can get a chance to look one way, look far outside, he'll move the safety, and then the middle will be wide open, and it's a touchdown.
Locals are shocked. 13-3, 1 play into our second quarter.
How fancy is that? Tanner Mordecai getting those fireworks started early.
SMU scores the game's first touchdown. Devin, how did it happen?
You got verticals. You got R.J. Maryland going down the field, and you got verticals. Now, this safety is the person that's going to have to decide which one he's going to take. The quarterback gets back in his drop, and he has his eyes outside. And when he has his eyes outside, Boom. It makes the safety move outside. Dante Trader moves just a bit, and that talented tight end, the true freshman, R.J. Maryland, is streaking down the field. We talked to the staff about this kid, and I compared him to a Devin Funchess. Remember, at the University of Michigan, he was a talented tight end. This is a guy that has played the receiver position at the high school level, has come into this program at SMU and made a splash with all of his teammates because of plays like that.
For those of you wondering, Joe Montana never actually scored a touchdown against Montana Grizzlies, but now R.J. Maryland has scored a touchdown against the Maryland Terrapins.
It's very true. That's a fact that you're speaking there, Eric.
The son of Russell Maryland, the former great Miami Hurricane, won the Outland Trophy back in 1990. Russell Maryland was drafted #1 overall in the 1991 draft by the Cowboys, had an illustrious career in the Big D. And now his son doing things.
Offensive coordinator Casey Woods thinks he can be very special. He picked SMU over Miami, Florida, Michigan State, Wisconsin.
Saying no to the U, huh? Little short underneath. Pass is complete. That's the first catch for Jayshon Jones. Maryland trying to get their offense in gear. Just 3 points. Now 16 minutes into our ball game.
Jayshon Jones is one of those stud wide receivers that's dealt with some injuries in his first outing as a Maryland Terrapin. 3 different ways he scored a touchdown: passing, rushing, throwing, catching.
Tagovailoa. Good feet, but ran into a wall. Brandon Crosley. It'll bring up 3rd down.
What Maryland tried to do there, they went 2-man route. Only 2 receivers in the pass pattern so they can get max protection. You can see at the onset, at the beginning of this game, Taulia Tagovailoa has been under a bit of pressure, and he hasn't been able to be comfortable in the pocket, so they max protect with all their guys and only send 2 guys in the pass pattern. SMU does a great job of covering both those guys, and then Tagovailoa tries to get outside.
Antoine Littleton, first time he touches the ball, and he's not going to get the first down. Jimmy Phillips Jr. And it's 4th down and 1. Will Mike Loxley possibly go for it on 4th down? Doesn't look like it. The punt team comes on the field. What a great start, both sides of the ball for the SMU Mustangs. Colton Spangler will punt the football away, but we have a stoppage. Maryland calls a timeout. Maybe they're reconsidering the decision to punt the football.
This is tough. I mean, this is the type of attitude that Coach Loxley wants to have, but I wouldn't. I'd kick this ball away and try to play defense, even though the defense doesn't seem to be slowing down this SMU offense as they're starting to find their groove. But this SMU defense, and in particular, the defensive line has done a very good job of standing tall against this big offensive line of Maryland.
I've seen a bunch of offensive linemen put the chin straps on. I think they're going to go for it, Devin. I think they're going to go for it. I think they're going to bring in the power unit. They've got a defensive lineman in Austin Fontaine, who is the new jumbo fullback. He's number 95. Yeah, he's going to come on the field and be the lead back here.
Remember, some of SMU's beef isn't on the field. DeVere Levelston has to be out for this first half, so maybe that's what Maryland's thinking. Hey, they're not at full strength. We should be able to go pick up 1 yard if we want 1 yard. And you can see the big fella, 95, he's in there to help out.
He's got an extra mouth guard on the top of his helmet.
He's got 2 mouth guards. That's how you know he's running into stuff.
All right, so they're going to go for it. 4th down and 1, and now it's SMU's turn to call timeout. They took a look at that 300-pounder in the backfield in Austin Fontaine and said, we need a different matchup. Tomorrow, Tom Brady and the Bucs going to head to New Orleans for an NFC South showdown with the Saints or other regional action. Check local listings for the game in your area only on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Just curious, what school did Tom Brady play for?
He split time with Drew Henson for the Michigan Wolverines. They couldn't pick who was going to be their stud. Did Tom ever come back and work with you when you were at Michigan?
He would never. He didn't like that he had to split time. He was not coming back to hang out with us. He'll be a part of our team at Fox soon, right?
Yeah.
Be good.
Welcome.
Good.
I'll show them the ropes. All right, 4th down and 1. They still have Austin Fontaine, number 95, a reserve defensive lineman. He's got his extra mouthpiece just in case hanging out the top of his helmet. 4th down and 1.
Oh, no.
And movement. Oh, good golly. Maryland can't get out of their own way.
False start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Amelia Moran. Oh, yep. Left guard rocked back just a smidge, and you just can't do that. And now Mike Loxley can't be the tough guy. You just got to get the football off. 4th down and 6. Colton Spangler. Lefty boot. Sometimes those lefty spirals harder to catch. Nope, not this time. Moochie Dixon out to the 33. Well, this has not gone as scripted for Mike Loxley. Mike Loxley looking for answers. His team's down 10. Welcome back, everyone. Well, who can believe it was actually 40 years ago when the Pony Express was running wild for SMU. You had quarterback Lance McElhaney. Craig James was so dynamic, and everyone of a certain age wanted to be that man. Eric Dickerson, the huge tearaway jersey, the massive shoulder pads, the neck roll, the goggles, that face mask, which was so unique, and his running style so upright but so fast.
Yeah.
Man.
In my Little League, we called that face mask the Dickerson. It was very coveted, very desired. Didn't have many of them, so you better get in there first with the equipment people.
Eric Dickerson, stud. SMU, they've got the football back, leading by 10 on the road, and they watch a bunch. Looking for Dixon, and it's too far.
I like it. I like it. Attack, attack, attack. Keep your foot on the pedal. This is what SMU does, and there's no reason to change now. Very nice job of not getting that putting that ball in harm's way, giving your receiver a chance, maybe a bit too far. But I love the shot. I love the aggressiveness from offensive coordinator Coach Casey Woods.
We're keeping track. That's the 4th deep shot attempt for SMU.
They said they would. They said they're not going to shy away from it.
And a whistle.
Maryland, their 2nd of the half.
Interesting. Maryland has to call a timeout on defense. You noticed something last time that Maryland had the football, 4th down and 1. You think that a play wasn't even called, right?
Yeah.
You think a play wasn't even called when they had movement on that offensive line.
Yeah, Coach Loxley was furious. You can kind of read his lips saying, why are you moving? There's no play called. And I told you off air of an experience that I had at the University of Michigan. Something we had a call that was called purple, and we would call that, it's just purple, which means no play, and guys would move. And I just always got so confused, like, what are you doing? Where are you going? What blocking scheme are you trying to execute? Well, that would happen
at Michigan. You wouldn't think that happened at a school like Maryland, which had such an academic reputation.
This guy is ridiculous. He has to be stopped. Somebody has to stop Eric Collins.
All right, 2nd down and 10 after the timeout by Maryland. In the backfield for SMU is TJ McDaniel. Just a 3-man rush. A lot of men in coverage, and SMU beats it again. With the flag down, Rashee Rice still able to make a catch.
Oh, my goodness. It's a field side fade route, and they throw it back. So you don't see this often thrown from left hash to right. A field side back shoulder, and the young kids are calling that.
Pass interference. Defense number 2. The penalties decline. 1st down.
The young kids are calling that a head tap. Jumps over him, cracks the peanuts on top of his head, and takes the ball. And he is jacked about it.
That was a difficult, big-time catch for Rice.
With the guy hanging all over you, to still have the ability to go track the ball, you hit the ground as hard as can be, maintain control, and he is excited. He deserves that break.
Looked like the wind was just knocked out of him. Hopefully that was just the case. But he's on the sideline right now.
That's a big-time throw, too, by Tanner Mordecai.
On first down, Mordecai is wrapped up and brought down. First sack of the game. It's Vendarius Cowan. I'm sorry, it's Greg China Rose.
Yeah, beats him right off of the edge. As soon as the play is snapped, Tanner Mordecai never truly has a chance to even step up in the pocket. Nice job by Rose.
Loss of 7. What a wonderful feature Tom Rinaldi had earlier today on Greg China Rose and his family and where he has had to go to get to this level. He wears number 0 because that's the amount of college offers, the amount of interest he had coming out of high school.
I love when in the future, G Rose, G Rose. You know, you got D Rose and then you got G Rose with the sack.
Found out he got a scholarship to Kevin Durant on his Zoom early season. Phenomenal stuff. All right, third down for SMU. They've been on a roll. Maryland scored the game's first 3 points, and it's been all SMU since. After getting the yards lost on the sack, it's third down and 10. The way that SMU plays, this could be 4-down territory.
Boundary safety is who's going to dictate where this ball goes. If he stays there.
Quarterback run and almost a horse collar. I don't see any laundry on the field.
I mean,
but Mordecai hits the deck.
We're going to have to take another look at it, but that looks about as clear a face mask as we've seen.
And now there's a flag down on the field.
Okay.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the SMU head coach.
Oh.
15-yard penalty. The down counts. 4th down.
It was Anthony Booker who came in high. And that's what Rhett Lashley was so angry about. He thought that a foul should have been called. There wasn't. And so he is the one who absorbs the penalty. And it's a loss of 15, which is massive. And SMU, no decision now. They'll have to punt the football away.
Yeah, he was out on the field, and he was furious.
And a flag. There was movement. One of the gunners started early for SMU, so they're going to move back even further before they can punt this football.
Before the ball was snapped, false start. Offense number 26, 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
Yeah, I was watching. I'm like, I know Sam Westfall is fast. I don't think he's that fast. He got out of there quickly, a little too quick. That play wasn't fully developed, so it's not a true re-kick, I wouldn't say. But special teams coaches say it. Nothing good ever happens on a re-kick. Expect a big-time return if this ball is returnable.
Low kick returnable. All right, Maryland's got the football down by 10. Anthony Booker got away with one. Maryland's got it. Back in a moment. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for this day. Look at this.
A little 1-2 step for the band.
13-3. SMU on top of Maryland. And it's been quite a different week from last week to this week for Taulia Tagovailoa. He just rampaged in the first half against Charlotte. So far tonight, just 31 yards against SMU in our first half.
Yeah, he just hasn't been able to get in the groove. SMU has done a great job of creating pressure and taking away his rushing lanes when he's in a drop back pass situation and covering in the back end.
Design quarterback run. And he gets out to the 44-yard line. A lot of options here on 2nd down and 1.
This is something Coach Loxley said that he wanted to see more of from Taulia. That he wanted to see him in the drop back passing games take the ball and run with it. He usually does a good job like most quarterbacks do with finding a way to pass out of it. But he said he's going to call some more design runs to try to help him get into the flow of the game with the running.
Hemby has the first down. Isaac Slade Mautautia with the tackle. Now Maryland wants to play quickly. They get that first down of this series. Both tight ends move out top of your screen. Hemby
Brandon Crosby comes up and boom! Get off of me! Him be mean! Don't be so mean!
14-yard pickup. Redshirt freshman, Edgewood, Maryland. Roman Hemby.
That stiff arm is such a weapon. I wish more guys would use it.
Antoine Littleton has come into the game. He's behind Tagovailoa. Hemby again. Back-to-back completions to the tailback. He's to the 30-yard line.
You can see Maryland get in the groove, get into that pace that they want to play with. Get a couple completions, get a nice run on first down from Talia. This is very good by Maryland and their best drive they've put together.
Terrapins don't want to settle for 3. They're at the 30, striking range. Hemby and Littleton in the backfield. Hemby. 3 straight plays where he's had an opportunity. And a first down. Pickup of 6.
What a job by Antoine Littleton. You can see on your screen right there, coming across and absolutely destroying the backside defensive end to clear that path for Hemby to get through.
Tagovailoa is actually 6 for 7 throwing the football, but for only 54 yards. They stay on the ground. Littleton.
And Littleton, you see him flap his helmet because he overran the hole just a little bit. He had some space to go hit his head on the goalpost. Sometimes as a running back, you can be a little too fast through, and you miss the hole. The offensive line did a very good job.
Colby McDonald is now in. He's the man behind Tagovailoa. McDonald. All of these runners are super young. You got McDonald, a sophomore, Littleton, a freshman, Hemby, a freshman. Haven't seen much of Ramon Brown, but he's a true freshman that they're ecstatic about.
McDonald on that last run did not run past, though. Does a very good job of getting to the line of scrimmage and seeing the cutback lane created. The Maryland offensive line is doing a great job of just gapping, right? Blocking guys in front of them and allowing the running backs to find their way through.
8th play of the drive. Just outside the 10-yard line. Terrapins can get a first down at the 2. Here's the tight end, Dyches. Pushed out of bounds at the 7-yard line.
Nice job by Talia getting on the naked bootleg and being patient, drawing the defender in so he can free up his tight end and then getting him to him quickly. Nice job by Dyches getting on the outside and getting a little extra.
Maryland just taking whatever's available. There haven't been any chunk plays here on this drive.
But this is what you want to see, consistency in a drive. Put a drive together and go punch it in.
Again, Dyches. Hit hard. Nelson Paul with the tackle. It's 3rd down after the pickup of 3.
Oh, no.
And that's Brian Massey. They were so happy to get him back. He's been dealing with an ankle injury, and he's holding an ankle right now. Didn't play in the first 2 games. He is an athletic playmaker that they love, a future pro, and he's going to have to leave the field.
Second team All AAC as a returner a year ago, and they were looking to get a lot from him on defense. Like you said, dealt with injury, and he's finally back. The coaches were so excited and talking so glowingly about him, and you can see right there grabbing the ankle again. Good to see him walk off on his own power, try to walk it off and see if he can go get it retaped, get back in the game.
Third down and 2. Maryland, they don't need a touchdown. They can just get a first down after a couple of yards and then have a 1st and goal. Left hash. Running back is Colby McDonald.
Beware of Dyches slipping into the flat.
McDonald. Was he down at the 3? No, they give him the extra effort. I thought that he was originally down and then he sprung forward. But they're saying he never was down, and so he's got the first down.
Maryland's doing a very good job of making their play calls look exactly the same as their old ones. You get Dyches coming across the formation. Sometimes he slips in the flat. That time he kicks out.
They're going to bring in a fullback. Joseph Burns, number 35. He's going to lead the way for Antoine Littleton. Littleton, touchdown! Maryland, their first touchdown of the ball game. That was some big boy Big Ten football by the Maryland Terrapins.
My guys are bigger than yours. Very nice job by that offensive line and that fullback. And Littleton to find his way into the end zone.
The fullback Joseph Burns came in and just cleared out Shannon Reed to create space for Littleton.
We need to do some math and see how much beef was on that right side of the line.
It's a 3-point game. Devin Gardner, the Maryland Terrapins playing Big Ten football.
Big boy football. Talia Tungavailoa loves it.
Kill does a bang-up job. Whiz-bang job. Looking forward to halftime. 5 touchdowns for a Wolverine, and it wasn't a quarterback.
Yeah.
Huh?
Nice.
That's a good tease. I don't know how they did it.
Got to stick around and find out.
All right, SMU, they've got the football back. What had been a 10-point lead has been whittled down to 3. Tanner Mordecai, the senior quarterback from Waco, Texas. So far today, 10 for 19, 187 yards. His main weapon has been Rashee Rice, who has already gone over 100 yards on the day. 5 catches for 107 for Rice.
Not afraid to take shots and drive the ball down the field. I love when we have meetings with coaches and they tell us what the things that they're going to do, and they come out and do it. They're doing a very good job. Top of your screen right here. Rice.
On the ground, this is Siggers. 5 yards on first down. Should note that the Maryland Terrapins defensively are still playing without one of their starters. Ruben Hippolyte, one of the linebackers, was hurt in the first quarter. He hasn't been back on the field. Still keeping an eye out for him. We did see Bo Braid leave the game, but Braid has returned to be one of the safeties. That's important for them. He's an impactful player.
Ahmad McCullough, number 19, is the guy tasked with replacing talented linebacker.
Off the hands of the intended receiver. Looking for Gage Haskin. That's the second time that Haskin has had his mitts on the football and not been able to bring it in.
I mean, that's a perfect concept and a perfect throw. He gets it out and up, and he's up the sideline. And I personally don't believe he needs to jump, right? He jumps and he bats the ball up in the air.
Are you saying he didn't gauge it well?
He did not gauge it well, no.
Now Gage Haskin is out of the game. It's 3rd down and 5. Trey Siggers is the man in the backfield. Line to gains the 35. Both these teams perfect on the year. 2-0. Just a 3-man rush. Fastball caught by who else? Rashee Rice. First down, SMU.
It's a great job. He comes and he runs the dig, but he sits it down right there in the vision of the quarterback. Very nice job of knowing what you need to do to get open with the zone defense.
15 more yards for the Mustangs. Tons of time. And that's best incomplete. If Siggers would have caught that, it would have been a loss of about 5.
Oh. Tanner Mordecai wanted that seam route so bad. That's a nice job by the Maryland defense doing what we call a mid-pointing. The corner kind of playing the seam and playing the comeback or vertical on the outside, leaning towards the seam to help that middle safety. Very nice job. It scared Tanner Mordecai away from it.
Tanner Mordecai, the best throwing Mordecai since Mordecai Three-Finger Brown. Old-time Major League Baseball player, Hall of Famer. 2nd down and 10. Oh my, right into the gut of Braid. Maryland's got the football back. It was intended for R.J. Maryland, intercepted by Bo Braid, and here come the Terrapins.
Miscommunication Tanner Mordecai is looking and expecting the tight end to continue to run up the seam. He throws it, and as soon as he sits down, the ball's already out and on the way. And number 25 that had to leave the game, he's back. Bo Braid makes a huge play for this Maryland defense.
Not too long ago, I heard someone smart say that Bo Braid's an impactful player.
Yes,
well, that's
indeed.
an impact play.
It is.
That is a turnover, the first interception of the season for Maryland. And they've got a chance to take the lead with a touchdown.
I want a shot here. I want a big play action, but that's fine. We'll do it out of empty. Take a shot.
Running back, Roman Hemby. They fake it to him. Tagovailoa wants a bunch, getting greedy. He's got it. Rakim Jarrett, touchdown, Maryland. Sudden change for the Maryland Terrapin. 48 yards worth of sudden change. Fifth touchdown of the year. Tagovailoa. First one to Jarrett. Largest lead of the game for Maryland. They're up by 4.
So many layers to this play. All the way across the field. One of the toughest routes to cover. Big play action, and he's wide open. Talia Tagovailoa says, Devin Gardner, you want a shot? I got a shot. Down the field, touchdown. Nice throw, layering that ball over the defense. You can't throw that ball straight in there. The linebackers are going to get a hand on it. You can't loft it too high. The safeties get over the top. You got to layer that ball in that 2 range and get it right to your wide receiver. Talia is feeling good.
What a radical change for the Maryland Terrapin offense. First 3 drives, 82 yards, but just 3 points. The last 2 drives, a $113 and 14 points on the 2 touchdowns.
That's about as easy a touchdown as Rakim Jarrett is going to have. I mean, just skated right through that zone defense of SMU to an easy touchdown catch.
2 touchdowns for Maryland in the last 1 minute and 13 seconds of game time. Good golly. So the worm is turned here before the half, and now it's SMU. It's their opportunity to get some momentum back. Devin, is it hard to get momentum when you play at the pace that the Mustangs play at? They get the ball and it could be a 3 and out in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, but I think the issue, obviously the interception. But when you're a quarterback like Tanner Mordecai, we've seen him anticipate. He anticipates. He's an anticipatory thrower. He gets the ball out before the receiver breaks down or before they break into their route. And that's what you should do when you have a young tight end who doesn't read the coverage the same way you're reading it. He reads he needs to sit down because he sees the safety on top, but you're thinking that he can take the middle, and then you have an interception. On the following play, an explosive Maryland offense takes that momentum and uses it to score a touchdown.
Strong running, Belton Gardner. First down and then some across the 35. Last 3 touchdowns have been scored by Maryland. The first one by R.J. Maryland of SMU. The last 2 by the Maryland Terrapins. Gain of 12 on first down. Mordecai. Second down and 10.
That was interesting. Where'd that ball go? It just disappeared.
Rhett Lashley, he played his high school football in Springdale, Arkansas for Gus Malzone. And Gus Malzone is a high school coach. And then he hooked up with him on the college level. Many different stops. Makes no bones about it. He is a disciple of Gus Malzahn, who's one of the great minds of recent vintage in college football, at least for offensive football. Second and 10. Late over the middle. That's fortunate that this is a nominal gain for Gardner. Jayshawn Barham broke on that quickly with bad intentions.
Fans at home of SMU are probably thinking, why can't he find anybody? Why is there anyone to throw to? Well, there are only 3 rushers. They're dropping 8. There are 8 defenders back in coverage, and there just aren't enough guys. So he's looking, he can't find a guy, and then he drops it down. Nice job by Barham coming up and making a play on the check down.
Trying to stay on the field. Again, just 3 rushers. Passes high, but caught. Jake Bailey showing some guts, getting up in the air right in the middle of the secondary.
This is the exact play that Mordecai was looking from R.J. Riley. You see how he just bends into the middle, and he throws a ball that can protect him from the inside safety and the outside safety. First down, Mustangs.
First catch of the season for Bailey. Welcome to 2022. Here's Rice. Those hands are just like Velcro. Whoop, the ball just sticks right in the fingers. 17 more yards for Rice.
Maryland's going to need to put more pressure, because when you got guys like Rice who can mosey down the field and find the opening of the zone, it makes it very difficult.
Gardner spun down inside the 15 at the 13. Dante Trader with the tackle. 3 minutes remaining in our first half. Wholesale changes on the defensive line for Maryland.
Yeah, because SMU subbed 1 guy, they can allow Maryland to get a whole shift in the offensive line, kind of like a hockey exchange.
Little pop pass coming around the edge. And touchdown SMU! Austin Upshaw. The secret weapon of Austin Upshaw scores the touchdown for the Mustangs. That's how you answer if you're SMU. On the ropes with what Maryland has been doing, they come back with a tutty.
Soft edge, and you outflank the defense right away, and you can get around. Even our cameras couldn't follow. The soft edge that the Maryland defense is playing with those 3 rushers, it was fine when they had all the pass defenders in coverage, but now when you get that jet sweep action super quick, you get outside right away, it creates a lane to get in the end zone.
7 plays, 75 yards. The only problem, SMU left the meat on the bone. Well, this is the second quarter only, Devin. Touchdown, a pick, another touchdown. And then a touchdown by SMU the other way, capping off the 75-yard drive.
It's been an emotional roller coaster, and this is why I love football. Mordecai, he expects his young tight end to make a play, right? And he does something different. He throws an interception, and he's mortified. And then he gets the ball back and says, boop, 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 down and score. I love it. You can be so high, you can be so low. The greatest sport ever created.
Austin Upshaw, the 6th-year senior, the fruits of his labor. Been a lot of hot practices, a lot of stuff he probably didn't want to do, a lot of early morning lifting. But he scores his first touchdown of the year, and SMU is back on top by 3.
Hey, Tanner Mordecai, he knows a little bit about a bad shake or something that is not entirely his fault happening. Remember, he started off at OU. He went, and guess who came? Kyler Murray. And then who? Spencer Rattler was the #1 quarterback in his class. And then Jalen Hurts, right? He never even got a fair shake to, so many talented players came in at the same time. And he ends up at SMU and makes a career of it. But he knows exactly how to respond from adversity. And we talked to Coach Lashley. He said, listen, this is a coach on the field. He's a guy that I can trust with this playbook. He knows it in and out, and he's going to build his teammates up and make plays, and you saw it on that last drive.
I think some people may be a little bit surprised at those numbers. Tagovailoa off to a slow start we had thought, but you added those numbers, not bad. 9 out of 10 passing, 110 yards with a touchdown. He's completed his last 6 throws.
It's like Kevin Durant's quiet 30 that he gets every night. It's like, wait, he had 30?
Final 2.5 here in our second quarter. Short gain, Corey Dyches on first down.
This is where it gets fun, because you get in this 2-minute situation, and they're going to trust Talia to drive this ball down the field. You're going to see him move and make off-schedule plays, and you got to have this SMU defense plaster when he's moving around in and out of the pocket, and they have to play honest defense because he can burn you with his arm.
Second down and 7. Tons of time. Good wheels. Tagovailoa. to the 50. A flag comes down late, and everyone on SMU's defense is pointing at Maryland. It's going to be a quick call.
Personal foul. Blindside block. Offense number 6. 15-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Jaysean Jones should have known better. Redshirt senior, costing his team a bunch that had been a 22-yard game.
Football fans everywhere, they don't like it, but it's a part of the game now, right? You essentially got to let the guy see you, and Coach Loxley ran right up to him and said, hey, just stand in his way. You don't have to get the big hit on him. But that takes away a huge run. And what you saw from Talia on that play is exactly what Coach Loxley and the offensive staff is trying to get Talia to do. Step up in the pocket and start to find and create with your legs. You don't always have to make the big throw when you're creating. Go run. You're a talented athlete. He does a great job there, but some of it's taken back.
So the ball is moved back to the 29. And then maybe in doubt. The officials are getting together.
The penalty is 15 yards from the spot of the foul. That is the 26-yard line, second down.
Yeah, so instead of the 29-yard line, they'll move it to the 26.
And it just sucks all the life and momentum out. It looked like Maryland was really getting on the roll, about to drive down and score. Let's see if they can recapture some of that momentum.
Four-man rush. Tagovailoa makes everyone miss. He's crossed the line of scrimmage, and he's forced out of bounds. Quarterback Armani Johnson.
Chapman, number 40, comes underneath. Nice job of Talia getting out of the way. Find a way to save some time and get out of bounds and get some yards to create this third down and short. I love it. I love the joy, the attitude, right? A nice hit on the sideline. Nothing malicious there.
So it's third down and 3. Tagovailoa. He's a hard man to bring down. And that's caught. No! Out of bounds was Jones. That's right in front of the Maryland bench, and I think the Maryland bench is posting an argument.
Unless that ball comes out, that's a catch. He's in bounds, his feet are in bounds, unless the ball comes out late. Can't see if his feet are still down. He does go. Oh, no. That's a big-time catch. That's a catch. That has to be looked at. It's a catch.
I'm not sure. Maybe we have to watch the ball all the way down.
Look, he does double catch it, but his feet are still on the ground. His feet are still on the ground, as you can see right there. That is a catch.
I think that when he went to the ground, the ball may have hit the ground, the tip of the ball.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Elbows, maybe, but I don't think the tip.
I didn't have a great look, but there were two officials right.
Game.
They're not even going to look at it?
Offense, 5-yard penalty, remains fourth down.
All right, so now it's water under the bridge. There's already been another development of game. The delay of game moves it back 5, and now you can't even look at it anymore.
And you can see Coach Loxley is furious because that's too close in a tight nip-and-tuck ball game with a drive happening to not look at it at least. That's a first down play.
We had two officials that were close, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they had a good look. SMU will get the football back, but not great field position. They'll start at the 16-yard line. It's a 56-yard punt with no return.
So when he first catches the ball, he does double catch it, right? So they're double catch, right? Then he gets control, but his feet are still down. Feet are still on the ground. Now, unless that ball comes out when he hits the ground, which it didn't look like it did, you just have to at least take a look at it.
Got to turn the page at some point. All right, Dean Blandino is our replay guy. And Dean, what did you see or your thoughts on the development?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Devin. There was an initial bobble, then he got firm control of the football and looked like the feet were down. It's that close. It's a third down play late in the half. you got to stop the game and take a second look. And obviously replay didn't, and that's why coach is upset there. But this was a great look here. There's a bobble, and then we're going to regain control right at that point. It looks like that left foot is still on the ground in bounds, and he does maintain control when he hits the ground. So again, thought replay should have taken a look at that one.
Thank you, Dean. So Maryland has to just swallow hard and move on. SMU's got the ball. How aggressive will they be? 2 timeouts available for the Mustangs. 5-man rush. Mordecai goes down.
How about the adjustment by Maryland? The adjustment by Maryland, they're starting to rush more guys, not just doing the 3-man rush, drop 8. Put pressure on Mordecai to make the right decision quickly instead of giving him all day. He's a seasoned quarterback. If you give him too long to make a play, he will make the play. Nice job by Maryland adjusting so that they can get out of this half.
Good job by the freshman, true freshman, Jayshon Barham, playing the Mike linebacker spot, which is basically the quarterback of the defense as the youngest guy on the field more often than not. Pretty impressive. Siggers crosses the 25. 22 seconds remaining in the half. Gain of 8. Barham another tackle. And Maryland uses their final timeout.
I think this is a smart timeout. You take this timeout, you make sure that you shore up your defense. You can't, the timeouts don't roll over, so you take the timeout, you make sure you shore up their defense, keep everything in front, and do not give up a huge play, because then you're going to see SMU with 2 timeouts start to run and try to get points before the half.
First quarter, it was all SMU, 212 total yards in the first quarter to just 87 for Maryland. And now both in the second quarter doing what we kind of thought they'd do the entire game. Yeah. SMU on pace for close to 700 yards of offense. This is on the road against the Big Ten team. Good job. All right, Maryland, no more timeouts. 3rd down and 9. If SMU just runs the football, they could go into the locker room. And they do. They run the football, and they're going to run into the locker room with their heads swelled. They're going to ride that magic carpet ride into the locker room. They lead by 3 on the road, trying to get to 3-0 on the season. Can't complain about that. Rhett Lashley has never lost as a head coach at the Division I level. 2-0, looking to get to 3-0. He's halfway home. We've made it to intermission. Now let's send it to L.A. for the State Farm halftime report. Here's Mike Hill. Wouldn't this be something? Tanner Mordecai and the SMU Mustangs in Big Ten country, and they've got a 3-point halftime lead on the Maryland Terrapins. It's been a real fun first 30 minutes of action in College Park with my partner Devin Gardner. I'm Merrick Collins. This would be a massive program-changing win for the SMU Mustangs if they can get it done. Big picture thoughts now for you, Devin, what we saw in the first half.
I think that the SMU is coming. They're coming out swinging. You know, they said, wait a minute. We come from the AAC and we come to play.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the big plays that we had so far in our first half, man. We knew we'd get big plays, and we got a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, we thought we would see it right away, and we did see it from Hemby right away, and then it kind of slowed. The pace slowed. We didn't see a bunch of those big plays, but then it ratcheted up extremely quickly, starting with this big play to the freshman Maryland. This game is starting to turn out to be exactly what we thought it would be. As you can see, the big touchdown to Rakim to get in the end zone there. And look at these stats here. 6.7 and 8.3 yards per play. But the explosive plays, they come into this game, both teams, top 10 in the country, and they put those explosive plays in the second quarter on full display, 6 and 2 respectively. I look for a ton of fireworks here in the second half.
SMU's actually run almost twice as many plays as Maryland has. 50 plays to 28, SMU on top of Maryland. Maryland will start with the football, we assume, unless we have a surprise on sides. Maryland 2-0, SMU 2-0. Returnable from the 3. This is Felton. Ty Felton gets to the 40 before he's pushed out of bounds. Return of 37 yards.
Do you add that to the explosive plays?
Maryland, their first half possessions, a little slow. Field goal, punt, but then back-to-back touchdowns, and then forced to punt. Remember, they had that personal foul, moved them back, and then they had a play that they would have liked to have been reviewed. It wasn't, and they have to punt to close out that first half.
Yeah, but they really got into a groove. Talia started to use his legs some, hit some downfield shots. He did a very good job to close the half. Let's see if he can recapture some of that success.
Full house backfield. Option, right side. Tagovailoa gets 8, maybe 9 yards on first down.
There goes those aforementioned legs that he started to use. You can see him. Oh, there's a little bit more out there.
Redshirt junior from Oahu, Hawaii, transfer from Alabama. Older brother Tua is going to play in the state of Maryland tomorrow. Miami's got a game against the Ravens in Baltimore. Out of the backfield, Hemby picks up chunk yardage inside the 30 to the 26.
This feels like that first 15 that you usually see in the beginning of the game. It looks like they went into the locker room and said, hey, let's come out in that full house package and have these set plays out of it. You got the read option where he goes into the speed option on the first play, and then on this next play, you get a naked kind of bootleg with the Hemby up the sideline, hitting the hole. Nice throw by Tagovailoa.
Gain of 25. Pass on the slant. It's caught. Rakim Jarrett. He had a touchdown in the first half. He brings the ball inside the 10. 17 yards.
RPO. That was a true RPO. Nice job, Tua. Not Tua. Talia Tagovailoa riding it out, and then driving that ball on the numbers of Rakim Jarrett. Obviously at home. Tua is Talia's older brother who plays for the Miami Dolphins, former Alabama Crimson Tide.
Hemby almost tripped up. SMU was fortunate that that wasn't called a trip. That was Gary Wiley from his fanny, had the left leg, and there is a flag down. Maybe they will call the trip.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. He falls backward and then he kicks his leg in the air.
Go formation, offense. 5 men in the backfield. Number 1 was lined up off the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Nope, so it's not against Gary Wiley. It's against the Terrapins.
Coaches absolutely hate penalties like that. Just line up procedural type penalties. They hate their players when they let it happen, and they also hate the referees when they call it. It's like, oh, come on, that's so ticky-tacky. He's an inch off the ball or wherever the case may be, but you got to line up properly.
Mike Loxley has been upset a couple of times because of the whistle that his team has received. And plays stop, flags down on the field. And when you have flags before the snap, that's always against the offense.
Right tackle.
Illegal snap. Offense number 50. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Chicago kid, the center, Jahari Branch.
This drive was moving so smoothly, so promising. And then 2 penalties, procedural, both, right? A snap infraction and illegally lined up, pushing them back. First and goal on the 19.
Quick hitter. Spinning out of a tackle, Jacob Copeland gets it back to the 6-yard line. Gain of 12.
Just a hitch route, something simple, get the ball out quickly, and the rest of this is all in the wide receiver, and then back and through. Nice job. Getting a little extra, a little bit more, getting some of that penalty yardage back and getting in a position where you can get back in the end zone.
Maryland down by 3, but threatening. Tagovailoa perfect on this drive. Blitz picked up to the end zone. Incomplete. Maryland a win against Buffalo week 1. Last week went to Charlotte and took down the 49ers. But this their most difficult task of the season. They are playing at home, but a very good SMU team that still has hopes of a dream season. Maryland's not been good on third down.
I go here.
Nobody home. Back of the end zone. Touchdown. And there are flags down on the field. So momentary celebration. White hat, Mark Klusinski.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Both will be enforced. Holding, offense, number 78. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 6. 15-yard penalty will be enforced. That's number 6. First unsportsmanlike of the game. 3rd down.
That's the 3rd penalty on Mason Lunsford. And this is going to be a negative 25.
Yeah,
they thought they had a touchdown. It's a negative 25.
Yeah, you had an insult to injury. Jay-Sean doesn't know there's going to be a penalty during the play. There's the hold right there. Got his hands up around the neck and won't allow him to get to the quarterback. Got to move your feet better. Got to be more active with your feet and get in front of them so you can keep your hands inside. And then the taunting penalty adds insult to injury.
3rd and goal from the 31. I've never seen this converted. Tagovailoa not going to get there by Brown. Tackled out of bounds. Isaiah Smith, native Marylander, comes back home to make the tackle and force a 4th down.
It's such a promising drive. And that was 100%, would you say 100% Maryland doing that to themselves, right? There wasn't much that the Mustangs did to stop that drive. That was all Maryland stopping themselves.
I know there's some Terrapin fans saying, why wasn't this a hit out of bounds?
This is a good tackle. It's not a hit out of bounds. He's tackling them and you know, lets him go. No harm, no foul there.
41-yard field goal. Chad Ryland. Close to automatic. Real good kicker they have in Maryland. So they would have liked 7. They have to settle for 3. It's clearly a 20-20 tie. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for the stay. Well, if you can see clearly, you know the score is 20-20. Both teams 2-0. The score 2-0, 2-0. Our 3rd quarter in College Park. 7-play, 35-yard drive, but just a field goal for Maryland because of 2 nasty penalties on the Terrapins.
Yeah, you see the hold right there in the middle. And then the insult to injury comes after the touchdown, right? You're going to get a hold. You're going to get 10-yard penalty. But then you get the unsportsmanlike conduct. There's no need for it. Jay-Sean is just taunting. That's 100% taunting. There's no excuse for it. And Coach Loxley was not happy. He was furious at him because you don't know that you're going to have a penalty on that play and it's going to be double the damage. But you just can't do it.
70 penalty yards in the game, 35 of them coming on that drive alone. 4 penalties for a negative 35 for Maryland. Thursday, it's a special baseball night in America on Fox. Aaron Judge looks to continue his record-setting season. He leads the Yankees against the rival Red Sox. Or Ronald Acuna Jr., the Braves taking on Bryce Harper and the Phillies. It all begins at 6:30 Eastern on Fox. SMU, their first time with the football here in our 2nd half. Tanner Mordecai, Trey Siggers in the backfield. Big weapon for SMU has been Rashee Rice, number 11 in white. 7 catches, 139 yards in the first half. Siggers, flag is down.
Illegal shift. Offense. 2 players moving, did not reset. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 1st down.
We get a Bronx cheer here in College Park. Fans are happy that finally a whistle and a flag against SMU.
Yeah.
Eight penalties called against Maryland, 3 against SMU. Mordecai. Complete across the middle to the 26. That's Jake Bailey. 2nd catch for Bailey.
Nice job by Bailey, and even better job by the referee getting out of the way of that ball. It almost took his head off.
Siggers runs into the back of his own guy. Ran right up Jalen Thomas. Barrels forward for a 3rd down and short.
SMU's getting back to that tempo that they love and running the ball when the defense suggested they could. They should.
Siggers, nowhere to go. Needed the 35. And with forward progress, he still never got there.
On the previous snap, the safeties were way back. On that last snap, they walked those safeties all the way down the box. Now Maryland has the numbers.
Oh, a flag is down. This came in super late. If this goes against Maryland, Coach Loxley's going to blow a gasket.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 1, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Oh my. Falling apart like a $3 suitcase. 15 yards against the freshman Jayshon Barham. Oh, right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, just uncalled for. Just uncalled, right in front of the referee. Young guy, he'll learn from it, but you just can't do it in that spot in the game.
Mike Loxley loves that kid, thinks he's going to be a star, but has to take him out of the game. Now taking a shot to Rice, and Rice bobbled it out of bounds. He had it, and
he caught that ball.
in.
He caught that ball.
I thought he bobbled it.
Caught and secured that football.
Wow, they called it complete.
This guy is a monster when in these 50-50 ball situations. This is ultimate concentration to secure that ball with 1 foot down. Oh my goodness.
Automatic 1st down.
He's got hands like vice grips.
Look at that. Frames it up. What kind of drills are they doing at SMU?
Unbelievable how he was able to just tightly hold on to that ball.
And there's a hand in between the ball, his hand. He caught like the hand and the ball. Unbelievable.
Corey Coley was the DB who was fighting him for the ball, and somehow the ball never even wiggled out of the hands of Rice. Now they will review this play, but we both believe to the naked eye that that's going to stand. That's going to be a catch and a huge gain for SMU.
Eric, I'm just telling you, the hardest thing to do as a receiver is to hold your line and catch that ball on the outside shoulder with your hands. He does a great job there, and I wonder what Dean feels about this.
All right, Dean Blandino, you get a chance to see the play. What do you think?
Yeah, looking at it, it's the difference between slight movement and a loss of control. I see control in both hands with that right foot down, and then it's going to be the left foot that comes down out of bounds. To me, this is a catch, ruled a catch on the field. I see some slight movement, but I don't see any loss or lack of control with that right foot down. Right there, you see the right foot control, little bit of movement, but he's going to maintain that control out of bounds.
Dean, do you see him? I see a guy trying to put the ball away, right? That's what I think the movement is. He's trying to put the ball away and turn it away from the DB, you know?
Exactly. And that's, we have to differentiate between movement that's a loss of control or movement within the receiver's control, and I'm taking it from my hands and I'm trying to put it away, tuck it away so it doesn't get knocked loose.
Dean, thank you so much. We're going to have an official review, so this is not yet confirmed, but the call on the field was catch. And we should point out as well, there was a roughing the passer call on the back end of that play.
Insult to injury.
So even if the play for some reason is overturned, it's still going to be a plus 15 with the roughing the passer. Now the yardage is going to be tacked on after the catch if the play stands.
I want to hear a confirm. Right? I want to hear, stands would mean that they can't find anything to overturn it. I want to hear them say that it's confirmed.
All right, here's your call.
After review, the ball was not controlled until the play was out of bounds. It's an incomplete pass. We will enforce the 15-yard penalty for the roughing the passer. The previous spot was the 49-yard line. The ball will be placed at the 36, 1st and 10.
I'll die in that branch with you and Dean. I thought that was a catch. If it looks like a catch, it is a catch in my world. But
I mean, he's moving the ball to try to put it away from the defender. You can't do that without control. It's really confusing. I thought we had figured that whole catch thing out, but I guess not.
But it still is a positive play for SMU because they get the roughing the yard penalty already in this drive. Maryland has just shot themselves in the foot multiple times because of penalties. Siggers to the 23. In this quarter alone, Maryland has committed 6 penalties and cost themselves 65 yards. Rice can't hang on this time, and a flag is on the field.
He's all over him.
Deontay Banks in coverage.
But the reason this play is called is just going to be a fade route, another field back shoulder. It's because of Rice's fight to get back to the ball. Like he's trying to fight. You see the pull on the shoulder pad.
Defense number 3. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
I'll say this, for the officiating crew, they're showing some stick-to-itiveness. Eventually you could swallow the whistle. They're probably getting tired of getting booed for these calls against Maryland, but they're good calls.
And the thing is, you look at Rice, he's a big receiver. 6'2", 203 pounds. He's tough to deal with for any quarterback. And the fact that he's able to make all these combat catches makes the matters even worse.
7 penalties in the first 5 minutes and 2 seconds of the third quarter called against Maryland. Mordecai, the pump fake. Mordecai loses it late, and Maryland jumps on top of it. Maryland football. After doing absolutely nothing right, the Maryland Terrapins get the ball back unscathed.
Obviously, it's going to be a review. Let's take a look. But if this stands, oh, what a effort play. I don't know what it's going to look like. Take a look. Knee might be down, but that's a nice effort play by Bo.
You can see Braid coming in, number 25, and punching the ball out. We didn't see the ball actually come out because of bodies. The ball is there late, but the call on the field was confirmed. I'm sorry, it stands.
Yeah.
It stands.
And so on that view, you can't truly see if the fist has made connection with the ball yet with the knee down. I thought that there was a little bit of space in it. You can see that the fist hasn't quite connected yet. You couldn't see the ball, but the fist is what caused the fumble. But Maryland, after all that they went through, they get the ball back.
Dangerous pass intended for Curley. I'm sorry, for Jarrett. I'm sorry, Demas. And it's incomplete. So forcing that fumble was Bo Braid. Braid's got a forced fumble and he's got an interception.
Yeah, he's a playmaker. Remember when he went out, we talked about he's the choir director. He's the guy in the back end that gets everybody together and makes a ton of plays. He flies out the middle and makes plays as a tackler, and he flies out the middle and obviously creates turnover as a puncher.
They bring in Fontaine as an extra tight end, left side of the line. And spinning through, middle of the formation is Hemby. Third down. We have seen Austin Fontaine, normally a reserve defensive lineman, get some snaps on offense just as an extra body on that line, trying to help out. Maryland's converted just 1 third down.
Dante Demas is one-on-one. He hasn't gotten a lot of action. Let's see if they don't give him a chance here.
Tagovailoa is brought down. Elijah Chapman brings him down, and the punt team will have to come on. That was almost a safety.
That was extremely close. Nice ball security by Tagovailoa. He climbs up in the pocket. He should be dead to rights there. He has 2 hands on it to make sure that he preserves the ball. You can't turn the ball over here and give it back to SMU in this great field position. Nice job by him minimizing the damage, and so he can punt it away.
Missing the sack was DeVere Levelston, who didn't play at all in the first half, had to sit out because of targeting, but he's been on the field here in the third quarter. Moochie Dixon on the run, and Dixon high step into the 36-yard line. Heck of a return. It's a punt of 55 yards, but a return of 24. Just a net 31 on the punt, and great starting field position for SMU.
SMU is on the attack again. Nice hit by the reserve linebacker, McCullough.
Week from today starts Saturday strong with America's #1 game window. Big noon Saturday on Fox. Next weekend, Jim Harbaugh's fourth-ranked Wolverines going to unleash that offensive attack against this Maryland Terrapins team. Big noon kickoff coverage. It starts with the pregame show live from the Big House, 10 Eastern. And then it's Maryland and Michigan next Saturday, noon Eastern on Fox. And Maryland, they'll be working on cleaning up some mistakes, some self-imposed mistakes. Look at this. In the third quarter, they have more penalty yards than total yards.
I mean, and it looks so promising to start that opening drive of the second half. And the penalties started to come, and it's like a snowball effect.
Trying to get it to Gardner. And it's incomplete. We've seen a bit of Velton Gardner. We've seen some Trace Siggers. T.J. McDaniel's been in the backfield. Kamar Wheaton got one carry in that first half. Tyler Levine even got some tick. So 5 different running options for SMU in today's game. Second down and 10.
Another run look.
Gardner bobbled it. And that limited his gain. That slowed his momentum. It'll bring up third down. No gain.
If he catches that once, it's an extension of the run game. With those 2 safeties way back for Maryland, he's going to have a lot of space to run, but the bobble allows the defensive line of Maryland to retrace. And nice job hustling by them to get back and make that tackle.
Third down and 9. Mordecai. Incomplete. There's a flag down.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 74 was lined up off the line of scrimmage. The penalty is declined. Fourth down.
So the penalty is declined. The ball is on the 35-yard line. What's SMU going to do here? Fourth down and 9.
You sometimes see tackles line up a little far back, trying to get a jump on the outside rushers speeding around the edge.
They're going to go for it. Fourth down and 9. They don't want to attempt a long field goal.
You see the safety cheating over to help on number 11, Rice.
Timeout. SMU, their first of the half.
So SMU, they call a timeout instead of taking a delay of game penalty and moving back 5 and punting it. This timeout leads me to believe they're either going to kick a field goal or go for it on 4th and 9.
Those are the 2 options. I don't see why you would take a timeout if you're not going to go with those 2 options.
There's Colin Rogers walking through your screen, number 41. He's the kicker. He's got his helmet on, and the chin strap is buckled down.
Walking back off the field. Maybe they will go. He wants a shot. He wants a crack at it.
This would be a 53-yard attempt. His career long is 39. All right, the offense is going to stay on the field.
Our count is always something to look out for here. The Maryland defense is giving up penalties on offense and defense to see if they can be disciplined, not jump off sides, look like they're only going to rush 3 and drop 8.
Lined against the 27. Again, just a 3-man rush. Mordecai lofts it in the direction of Rice. He caught it, and another flag is down. Rice makes the catch. There's a flag down in the defensive backfield.
It looks like he was getting held, and you won't believe where he came from. To catch that ball on the outside of the numbers on the left side of the field.
I think Rashee Rice has been the best player in today's game.
Prior to the pass, holding defense number 4. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Tarheeb still.
He's going to come to your screen from over here across the field, just working with his quarterback, and ends up all the way on the outside of the numbers, and then yet another combat catch. Watch him here. He's starting there, just below the numbers, and then he's coming across. So he's supposed to be there, and he's like, oh, I'll just keep moving. Here I am. I'm wide open, and then makes another tough catch.
The holding was on Tarheeb still, actually on the receiver in front of Rashee Rice. So Rice actually made the play without being fouled. The foul was actually called on another DB on a different receiver. Siggers spins down inside the 10.
Sheesh. That's a big conversion on that third down.
They picked up 22 yards on the third down conversion. They pick up 7 on that play. Now to the end zone. They've got a man. Touchdown, Dixon! Second touchdown of the year, Moochie Dixon. And the lead is 6 for SMU.
The way these wide receivers can track the ball is exceptional. You can see it over and over again, reaching on the outside shoulder, all hands. I mean, that is good. And what a ball from Tanner Mordecai.
Center cut. Lead is 7 for SMU. How about these Mustangs? Trying to pony up in College Park. Moochie Dixon, a 7-yard score. 6:42 remaining, third quarter.
Matthew, Little Caesars is now the official pizza of the NFL.
Let's hear it.
Pizza, pizza.
Again.
Pizza, pizza.
Pizza, pizza. No!
Pizza, pizza!
We're ready!
Enjoy game day with the Fanceroni Pepperoni.
All smiles with the SMU Mustangs, trying to get to 3-0 so far this season. Trying to take down Maryland out of the Big Ten. 5-play, 36-yard drive. Tanner Mordecai has had a nice night. He is now over 300 yards passing. 3 touchdowns thrown. Chance now for Maryland to answer. From the 1, Felton. Felton across the 30 to the 37. Trying to get the locals fired up. Maryland came into this one 2-0 just like SMU, but their conference, their slate so far this year, 2 non-conference games, 1 against Buffalo, 1 against Charlotte, wasn't the most difficult. Now they got to prove themselves.
Feels like we haven't seen Maryland's offense in quite some time. That's a long drive where the Mustangs possess the ball, and it's exactly what Coach Latchley wanted to do.
This is McDonald out of the backfield. Colby McDonald lost it! Victimized by the Malachi Crunch in SMU. They've got it back. Oh, he was just obliterated at midfield, and SMU has a turnover. SMU football, they've got a 7-point lead, and everything is going their way.
I mean, it looks so promising, and then here comes the boom! Ball's clearly out. A host of Mustangs.
Oh, my goodness. No one's hanging on to the ball when you get blitzed like that.
In the words of my partner, Eric Collins, good golly, Miss Molly.
So both sides with a pair of turnovers. This one costly for Maryland.
And you know, a shot is being taken. Big play action, shot down the field. Or not.
Not much happening there at all. Trace Siggers is pushed out of bounds.
Tanner Mordecai, 19 of 35, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception, which I will stand on the table and say that is not his fault. Miscommunication with the wide receiver. He's been exceptional today. 10th 300-plus yard passing game of his career.
Siggers. Again, not much there. Ahmad McCullough on the tackle. McCullough getting a lot of playing time. Ruben Hippolyte got injured in the first half. Haven't seen him since. 3rd and 7. Will Rashee Rice be in the mix? 8 catches, 161 yards for the #1 wideout for SMU. not enough. Tanner Mordecai's going to move the sticks. Knew exactly how far he needed to go.
Looks like they might have wanted to mark a little short, but they're going fast. Don't give it a chance.
And they're going to allow both sides to substitute freely here. First down and 10. Mordecai blitz in his face, just had to get it out. All right, Devin, you're a quarterback in the Big Ten. When you're running for that first down, obviously you don't see that yellow line that the people at home see. How do you know where you need to get?
Well, it's feel. It's feel. And when he gave that pump fake, you can see where the marker is, and you just feel where you need to go. That's a great job because he gets literally exactly how much he needs at home. He cannot see the yellow line. The one you're looking at, it's just a feel for the game, and obviously Tanner Mordecai has it.
Second down and 10. Again, pressure, forcing Mordecai to get it out quick. Incomplete, looking for Dixon. Third down. Ball's at the 44-yard line. We've seen SMU be super aggressive with their play call. Maybe you think about getting half here and then going for it on fourth down?
No, I mean, the way their offense is built, they have the tools to go get all of it right now. This safety needs to come help. He does.
Mordecai, crossing route, catch is made. To the 35 goes Austin Upshaw, and he's just a hair short. Fourth down and 1. SMU quickly to the line of scrimmage. Do you want to go this fast on 4th and 1? They do. Siggers, first down SMU.
The issues that Rashee Rice has created is they're huge because the safety who has come down and make so many plays, Bo Braid, has to be off the hash to help, and now he can't get back and make the tackles that he was making in the first half.
And no catch. Looking for Rice. Second down and 10. 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in our third quarter. SMU has never defeated Maryland. They've only played twice, these two schools. Last time over 50 years ago.
Maryland's given a lot of deserved attention to Rice at the bottom of your screen, and it's opening up all this type of space. Nice job. Nice job by 88 Anthony Booker Jr. making the play. Diagnosing the screen right away. He was almost in position to catch the screen. .6'4", 320 pounds.
Good job. Fourth tackle in the game by Booker. Third down and 15. Mustangs need to get to the 19.
With the safety so far off the hash, look for number 12 Bailey to get to the middle.
Interesting. Interesting.
That's uncharacteristic.
Greg China Rose with the tackle. And it's fourth down. And here comes the field goal kicker, Colin Rogers.
I did not see offensive coordinator Casey Woods and head coach Rhett Lashley just conceding like that. The way they've been able to move the ball and pick up big plays. I mean, you got them right where you want them, right? They have to give help to Rice, and it opens up so much other space.
Would be the longest make of the young career of Rogers. 50-yarder. No good. 50-yard field goal is wide left, and SMU gives the football back over to Maryland.
Pushed it. Had enough.
So after the turnover, Maryland gets the ball back. No damage done. Still a ton of time for Maryland to try and get things going, but they're their own worst enemy with the penalties and the turnovers as of late. Hemby, room to run. Hemby, what a play by this young back. He picks up 34 more yards. He's now over 100 yards in his ball game.
This Maryland offense is super explosive. That's why I was so confused at the concession to just run the ball on 3rd and 15 and not even try to get the first down. This offense is still dangerous with Tagovailoa at the helm.
Tagovailoa goes down. Gary Wiley makes the tackle. It's a gain of just 4 on first down.
I mean, look at that hole. You can drive a Mack truck through that hole. Look at the space they're giving the speedster Hemby to get down the field. Just a freshman.
Ball's on the 30-yard line. Littleton in the backfield. This is Littleton.
Now, we saw this in the first drive of the second half where they had the Mustangs on their heels. Can they keep them there now and steer clear of the penalties that they had before?
5-yard gain makes it 3rd and 1. Final 90 seconds of our third quarter. Littleton has the first down. Fortunate to be able to keep the football in his possession. He got low bridged by Isaiah Wachovia. Wachovia had a helmet right on the ball, but Littleton keeps it. First down and 10.
That single coverage with a low safety to the bottom of your screen.
Again, that full house backfield. Hemby. I love when they go old school and they got 3 backs available next to Tagovailoa.
That low safety, you just got to think that they're going to give Talia a chance to throw the ball in some one-on-one matchups. Just because as you get lower, the defense tightens up on this run game that's been so explosive on this drive.
Second down play. Nobody's open. Now back in the end zone. 3rd down.
When you get in those scramble situations, you always tell your defense, plaster. That means get to an offensive player and stay there. Look at all the defenders in white. Plastering. There's nowhere for Talia to go with the ball. Nice job of this SMU defense.
3rd down and 6. 7-point ball game. Maryland will have to snap before our quarter comes to an end. Play clock is down to 2. Hemby. Down to the floor. First down and goal for the Maryland Terrapins. And that's the way the third quarter ends. One possession game as we head to winning time with Maryland knocking on the door, hoping to tie this ball game up. We've been waiting all day for this. 4 fingers in the air. Winning time in College Park. A doozy of a fourth quarter when we return. Neither team has been able to get any kind of separation. It's a 7-point game as we begin our fourth quarter. SMU leading Maryland, but that is big time in doubt. Maryland's got the football, and they are in a wonderful spot right here, the catbird seat. First and goal, ball's on the 4-yard line. Roman Hemby has been a force on this drive. He has 52 of the 64 yards picked up by the Terrapins. Start of our fourth quarter. Wideout formation. Look at this, 5 receivers available. Tagovailoa. Design quarterback run. To the edge. Didn't get there. Out of bounds at the 1.
It's a nice job off the line trying to get out in front. Gets very close. Nice job of not reaching the ball out and fumbling through the back of the end zone and avoiding another blunder for the Maryland offense.
9th play of this drive. Fontaine back into the game. Number 95 is an extra tight end. Hemby! Touchdown, Maryland! We're an extra point away from a tie ball game.
Offensive line just does their job, moves the guys out of the way. You can see big number 95 back in the game, the reserve defensive lineman, Austin Fontaine, at the point of attack. He's just much powerful than the defensive lineman of SMU.
And that fullback, Joseph Burns, my goodness.
Yeah.
280 pounds of anger. Just a destructive lead block. 9 plays, 68 yards. Capped off by the touchdown run, Roman Hemby. Just strolls into the end zone, and we're tied at 27. Roman Hemby not just roaming around, he's running with a purpose. 53 of the last 68 yards on that drive were earned by Roman Hemby. Our hardest working player, sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Here in the second half, maybe everyone else getting tired? Not Roman Hemby.
Yeah, and Roman Hemby is all that Maryland needed, especially on that last drive. Catching the ball, running the ball. He's been exceptional since his first carry.
Hasn't been a Roman holiday for him. All right, Mike Loxley trying to make sure that that momentum stays on his sideline, barking out his thunderous command. We're tied at 27. 30 seconds into our fourth quarter. Returnable. To the 15, and that is all. So poor starting field position for SMU. Tanner Mordecai's already thrown 3 touchdown passes on the day. Mordecai has gone over 300 yards passing. He's sitting on 308. Trying to execute a drive here. Talk about it a lot. SMU, they think that very first down of every drive is the most important thing in their lives. First down sets up everything.
Maryland showed they're going to commit to these safeties back. They're walking the safety down the box now.
Mordecai. 2nd and 10.
I mean, the respect that Rice is commanding is insane. They're in middle high defense, 1 high defense, and the safety is off the hash as if he's playing cover 2. He deserves it. He deserves that attention.
Rice out of the game for this play. 2nd down and 10. Kamar Wheaton has come in. He's the runner next to Mordecai.
Coach Wood sees the safeties back. Run the ball.
Flag comes down late. Fans, Maryland Stadium let out a collective groan as the original signal says it's going to be against
Holding.
Maryland.
Defense number 54. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Ami Finau.
At home, you're probably wondering, well, how is it holding? Well, he's holding up the offensive lineman and not allowing them to get to the second level. Right there. He's holding the offensive lineman so that he can't get to the linebacker, and then look who comes in and makes the play. Very nice job by the referees. You don't see that call too often. People don't even know it exists. But the defensive lineman, this is what they want them to do. They want to hold the lineman so they can't get to the linebackers. Great job by the referees spotting that.
8th play of the second half from Maryland. Pass is caught. That's the tight end, Gage Haskin. First catch for Haskett. And tried to go quickly. I think they went too quickly.
False start. Offense. Number 12 never got set. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Jake Bailey.
You know, Eric, I'm still sitting here thinking about that defensive holding call. I'm pretty excited about it. That is good. That's a good job. It's very hard to see, right? It's all in the commotion, and it doesn't get called. Defensive linemen get away with it all the time, but nice job by the referees. I know it's 2 plays ago, but that's good ball.
Wheaton still in the game as the runner. Slant to Rice. Uses those vice grips to catch it and take it out to the 40-yard line. 9 more yards for Rice.
Such patience on the slant route. Very nice job by Rice. Setting him up, getting him going outside, and then coming underneath.
Not much there at all. Bo Braids had a nice gain. Comes up from the safety spot. Stops Wheaton after a gain of 2. Braid with a whole bunch of tackles. He's picked off a pass. He's forced to fumble.
Safety's a little bit lower, open up some space to try to get the ball back to Rice.
Second down. Looking towards Rice. Contact and a flag. It is just so hard to bottle that guy up legally. Corey Coley probably going to be the guilty participant.
Pass interference. Defense number 6. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
It's just a fade route, and you can't allow him to go by you. But then when he goes back for the back shoulder and tries to get it, he has his hands on him, and he restricts him. That's pass interference every day of the week, and that's a nice job by Tanner Mordecai. Yet again, seeing the safety over the top just a little bit, knowing that his receiver isn't going to be able to win downfield, and throwing on that back shoulder so he can try to go get the ball.
So many people around the country have just been raving about the receivers that Maryland has this year. They've got a great core, but the best receiver in today's game has been Rashee Rice.
Not even close.
Of SMU. Mordecai. Should have just thrown out of bounds. Cost himself some yards by going out of bounds. If he had thrown it away, it would have been second down at 10. Now it's going to be second down in what, 12, 13?
You know, so many bones are made about the completion percentage of guys, and you're low on your pre-complete. You know, guys get scared away from throwing the ball away. You got to throw that ball away and save those yards.
3 yards could be a big deal. 12:30 remaining in our ball game.
It's like a get out of jail free card, right? You could just, nothing's there, just toss it out of bounds as long as it gets to the line of scrimmage. Not a smart play there by Mordecai. Still.
Mordecai picked off, heading the other way. Maryland's got it. Maryland has the football. Dante Trader. Second interception thrown by Mordecai.
Just a sit route by Gage Haskett. He's going to come and sit right in the middle of your screen, but he slips and falls down. And like we talked about earlier, the anticipation, the ball's out. He's on the ground. That's the second time that Mordecai's been burned by either a miscommunication or a receiver falling down. In this case, a tight end, Gage Haskett.
Yeah, people are going to say that's a turnover, bad throw by Mordecai. Throw probably perfect.
Yeah.
Except for Haskett fell down.
Yeah, he's got 2 interceptions, and neither of them his fault. And honestly, both of them would be big completions if things were done correctly. But Maryland's back on the attack.
Tied at 27. Maryland trying to go back on top. They've already crossed midfield. They fake to Hemby. Nothing happening at all. Chapman gets the sack.
Yeah, he had all day. They rushed 4. Just nobody open downfield. They only had 3-man route. So it's a lot of guys in coverage. Not enough receivers on the pattern. He's trying to find a way out. Nowhere to go. Way to protect the ball. You have to take a sack there.
Loss of 6. Two unbeaten teams. Both trying to get to 3-0. Tagovailoa gets the sack yardage back and then a couple extra. 3rd down.
Talia loves to throw digs down the field, deep in cuts. Let's see if they can't find a way to manufacture an in cut to the field or to the boundary. To the boundary, you have Dante Demas, who just hasn't been as effective as you thought he might be. There he goes.
Wide open and incomplete. Demas had what would have been a massive gain.
He goes with the bench route in vertical into the sideline, and they just drop the coverage. It's cover 2. The corner stays in the flat, and he is running naked and drops it.
Oh, my.
Wow. That's a great throw. And Talia, thinking he has a completion, starts to jog down and cannot believe that his, based off of yards, his best receiver.
They're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th down and 9. Play clock's down to 4. Complete. And look at the effort. Look at the effort by Corey Dyches.
He's got it and then some. Very nice shot. He doesn't have it initially, but he finds a way to fight and go get the 1st down.
He just wanted it more.
That's a lot of the attitude that Coach Loxley talked about when we talked to him yesterday. He wants his team to take on the identity of him and in the DMV, which runs through his DNA. That's the DMV if I've ever seen.
Needed 9, he got 10. To the 29-yard line goes Hemby. Hemby already well over 100 yards rushing. And now guys on that defense for SMU battered. Isaac Slate, Mautautia has to leave. Shannon Reed replaces him at one of the linebacker spots. Hemby, nope. Met right in the hole by Isaiah Wacobia. It'll bring up 3rd down. Third down and 1. Maybe you have an opportunity to take a chance here. Go for it on 4th down if you don't get it. Nope, standard issue right up the gut. Hemby's got the 1st down. Pushes the pile to the 15.
This is a lot of why he's our hardest working player. Look at the leg drive, backwards, forward, sideways, trying to get as much as he can for this Maryland offense.
So Maryland, 1st down and 10 from the 15. Why not? Hemby again. 7 more yards for Hemby. He was the Big Ten Freshman of the Week 2 weeks ago. He's going to be in the running here for week 3.
I think Maryland's really finding something out about not only their team, but Hemby individually. He's a guy that you can lean on when you need a yard, you need to get 3 yards, you need to run this clock out, you need to run the ball, 4-minute offense, whatever you need, he has been able to produce today.
Hemby falls forward close to the line to gain. He's going to be short. 3rd down.
I mean, that run is indicative of what his day has been. Just maximum effort. There's no way that should be a gain of any, let alone get close to the 1st down. What a job.
3rd down and 1. They got a whole bunch of good backs, but they've just settled in on Hemby. Why have anyone else out there if he doesn't need a blow? He's been special. Keeper. Catch is made. Dyches! Touchdown!
just got to love the poise from Taulia Tagovailoa. He sees the guy right in his face, underneath, just flip it to him, one-hand grab by Dyches, and dives in the end zone. Maryland has taken the lead.
Remember, it was Dyches who got 10 yards on the 4th down and 9 to keep the drive alive. So the lead is 7 for Maryland, almost all in part because of Corey Dyches. On 4th and 9, just fights for 10. And then on 3rd and 1 at the goal line, he just barrels over the last defender to give Maryland the lead. FS1 College Football is sponsored by Hampton by Hilton for this day. Nice turnaround for Maryland. They've got the lead back. They've got momentum back. Now they're trying to protect it. 7:30 remaining in our 4th quarter. Touchback. How about the day of Rashee Rice?
He's been very good. I mean, you got combat catch after combat catch, getting open, understanding the coverage, knowing that he may get the ball. Plays that he shouldn't make, he makes those. Plays that he should make, he makes those. I mean, Rice has really put himself on the map. If people didn't know about him, they'll know about him after today.
You throw it to Rice, you either get yourself a completion, or it seems like they end up fouling him. We've had a lot of penalties on the defenders for Maryland, just trying to keep up with Rashee Rice. Trey Siggers in the game. They fake it to Siggers. Mordecai lofts it to Siggers, who can't make the play.
Yeah, they try to go naked away, and he comes and pressure right in his face, so he goes back to the guy that he faked to, which oftentimes is a wide open guy. He just isn't able to make the catch.
Mordecai. Short, complete. Jake Bailey. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are giving so much help with the safeties to Rice. The middle of the field is wide open. They have to find a way to manufacture someone into that middle to get a big play.
3rd and 5. Quick hitter to Bailey. He's got the 1st down. Back-to-back 5-yard gains, and the chains will move. There's that first down. Let's see if SMU will still try and play with pace. A little slower than we saw in the first half. Another catch for Rice. He's got a 1st down. I think he was dead to rights, got an extra 7 yards.
And we've seen everything. We've seen everything. The run after catch there. This Rice kid is good.
11 more yards. Closing in on 200 receiving yards in our ball game. Mustangs need more from them. They're down 7. High, incomplete. Looking for Austin Upshaw. And there's a flag down on the field.
Substitution. Defense, 12 men on the field. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
Another Maryland penalty.
It's almost unbelievable. I mean, I just don't understand. Substitution penalty, guys shuffling in and out. You know that the team is going fast. You can't get caught with guys on the field. And they're doing it right now. They're shuffling guys out as we speak.
So everybody loves a 1st and 5. SMU looking their chops right now. Siggers. Short game. Finau with the tackle. We've gone under the 6-minute mark. Dylan Goffney's now checked into the game. He wears number 10, bottom part of your screen for SMU.
Middle of the field.
Loading up, and Rice makes the catch. He stumbled out of his break and still had the wherewithal to make the catch.
This is insane. It's like we're watching a wide receiver clinic. Like his hands, you called them bicycles. I think you're exactly right. I mean, he had that one drop in the beginning of the game, and I'm starting to think that was a bad pass.
Maryland bringing the house. Another catch by, this time, Goffrey. Goffrey's getting some playing time here late in the game, and he rewards Rhett Lashley for the opportunity. Touchdown, and we're tied. Misdirection, Siggers. Nice gain on first down for Siggers. Gote with the tackle, but second down and short. The whole playbook available for SMU. Again, quickly to the line. Maryland with 3 timeouts. And Siggers can't get back to the line of scrimmage. Ami Finau makes a tackle. Third down and 2. It's been an impressive drive for SMU. Quarterback still has it. Mordecai has the first down. Good feet by Tanner Mordecai. Clock will stop, 4:05 remaining.
Just not something he does. Great job. Don't throw it. Just go and get the edge if you can go get the first down. He does that there and gets out of bounds.
Pick up of 5. Now the clock moving again. We've gone under 4 minutes. Siggers met in the hole with force. Made it to the 10. Dante Trader gave up his body to make that tackle. Three and a half left. SMU 2 timeouts. Maryland all 3.
It's been another really good long drive for SMU. They've moved Rice in the slot to bomber your screen. Tough to double guys when they're in the slot.
Velton Gardner has checked into the game, and he runs into a wall. And that wall has a name. Henry Chibuzi. Third down and 7. Under 3 minutes to play. Lined again is the 2. Mordecai, Rice! He threw it before he came out of his break. Wasn't ready for it. 4th down.
That's a bad throw. Rice is running a comeback route, right? So he's racing to the sideline. The ball just a bit inside.
Fourth down and 7, Maryland. Gonna have to go for one more stop. SMU going for it.
Can you stop Rice twice?
To the end zone. Incomplete. No flags.
They can.
Maryland's got the football back. They hold on downs.
They've adjusted their defense. They add guys to help on Rice. And now they got the ball back with a chance to ice it.
Football back from SMU. They lead by 7. And now they'll try and hold on to this victory to get to 3-0. How big was that last drive that Maryland had last time they had the football?
I mean, huge.
Mike Locksley's team had a 4th down and 9. They went for it, and they got it, kept the drive alive, eventually scored the touchdown to take the lead. Now they're trying to milk this clock.
4-minute offense in full effect.
Hemby. Decent gain on 1st down. SMU with 2 timeouts remaining. They choose to use number 2. They've got 1 left. So we've got a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout with it. We'll be back in a moment. Maryland trying to hang on. They lead SMU by 7, 2:26 remaining in our 4th quarter. Maryland's biggest celebrity fan, Francis Tiafoe, the great tennis player. He is in the building. White knuckle time. Tiafoe, what a performance he had, U.S. Open, finishing in the semifinal round. He is a Maryland native. He is good friends with Mike Locksley. He actually plays with a locked-in bracelet signifying the Maryland football program while he plays tennis.
And you don't know how excited I was sitting there watching him compete in the U.S. Open. I don't think I've ever watched tennis so intently.
2nd down and 5. Hemby. SMU, they're able to stop him and bring up a 3rd down. Mustangs, they use their last timeout. With that timeout, let's take a look at the drive of the game, sponsored by Lincoln and the power of Sanctuary. It was the last time Maryland had the ball.
4th and 9. Gets the ball to the big tight end, Dyches, and then Hemby rumbling and bumbling and fighting for extra yardage. And then Dyches again with the one-hand snag and the effort yet again to get across the goal line. Heck of a drive when you most need it. I said during that drive, you're finding out a lot about your team and your quarterback and your young running back. And I think Coach Locksley is very happy with that drive, but he still wants his team to finish in this 4-minute drill.
SMU, they do not have a timeout. If Maryland can get 3 yards here, it is really close to Katie bar the door. 3rd down and 3. Empty backfield. Quarterback run. Oh my goodness. He just stumbled and fell. I don't know what that was all about, but a stumble and a fall, and it's 4th down, and they're going to have to punt the football.
I mean, a stumble and fall, all that is fine. I don't understand the call. You've got Roman Hemby, who has been outstanding today, has carried the load, and you move him to a wide receiver position and run outside zone with your quarterback. Don't understand it. Wow, that's tough.
Hemby, 16 carries, 150 yards, and they choose not to give him the ball on 3rd and 3. And the punt, not particularly good. It'll be downed at the 39-yard line. For those of you looking for North Dakota State and Arizona, that game is starting on FS2. We'll get you out there as soon as we are done here. So SMU with a chance. They get the stop defensively, and they give their offense one more chance to put 7 on the board. Who knows, they get a touchdown, they may go for the 2-point conversion. Tanner Mordecai, he's thrown a couple of interceptions. He's also thrown 3 touchdowns. SMU has outgained Maryland. Second down.
Again, SMU went with the 2-man route. 2-man route, 3-man rush from Maryland. There's just no space. There's nowhere to go with the ball. You got too many red jerseys in that back end.
Right top of your screen. Siggers. able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. Third down. That's just a gain of 1.
Maryland is doing a great job of keeping everything in front of them with this 3-man rush. I think they want to hope they can get home.
Mordecai gonna have to run. Close to the first down marker, didn't get it, and the clock's gonna run. It's 4th down. They need to get the first down.
This is the game.
4th down and 1. Uh-oh, Low and Rice, can he make the catch? He does not. On 4th down and 1, instead of just running and getting the first down, they choose the lower percentage play, and the pass is incomplete.
See if he tries it. Oh, no, that ball's off the ground. Nice job by our cameraman seeing that.
Wow. So Maryland, 2 consecutive defensive holds. They're going to win this game because their defense picked it up. When Maryland needed the stops late in the 4th quarter, their defense stiffened. And now Maryland can just take a knee twice, and it's all over.
Defensive coordinator Brian Williams talked about how talented this SMU offense was, and their receiving core and their quarterback. And he looked forward to seeing if his defense can bow their necks. And on those last 2 drives, that's exactly what they did. They bowed their necks, and they got Maryland out of here with a victory.
So Maryland, make no bones about it, they've got work to do in the next 6 days. They were sloppy. They did a lot of things that make Mike Locksley cringe, but they're still perfect on the year record-wise. They're going to go to 3-0.
2 undefeateds. University of Michigan and Maryland. Big noon. It's going to be a good one.
Maryland's defense pitched a shutout in the game's last 21 minutes. That's why they're still perfect on the year. Congratulations to the Maryland Terrapins, 3-0 to begin their season. Next up, conference play and a battle at the Big House against Michigan next Saturday. Here's your final score. Maryland still has never lost against SMU. They are now 3-0 all time against the Mustangs. That'll do it for my partner Devin Gardner. I'm Eric Collins, and I'll send you out to North Dakota State at Arizona.